Hi everyone. So to continue on with the struct lectures, this one is going to just be on sorting the structs. And so we've seen in the past, and we showed like last week with doing with an array, how you can sort by passing in the, right, this is like the sort where we're just sorting the first and last number. So let's go and play around with that in CLI. So I just want to show you, like, we're going to make an int array. We'll have 5 elements in it. We'll put some random variables. And now if we wanted to, we can easily sort that. We could just do sort. So let's first display it, print it, right? So we'll do for int I equals 0, while I is less than 5, and I plus plus. And we're just going to display that by doing standard cout. And we'll do array sub I, and we'll put a tab in there. And need a semicolon to edit, and then we'll have down here, we'll do another standard and up. So let's just run this just so we can see what's happening. I just see I had a compile error. What did I do wrong? Oh, I know what I did wrong. Here, cout. Tried to cut it too short, and I need another standard. All right, now I should compile. So we're going to execute this, and we should just have it print out our numbers, 42, 123, 383. So that's the order I put them in, right? So if we wanted to sort them, we could easily sort them by doing sort and passing in, we also need standard, and we also need to add up here the algorithms library, right? And we're going to pass in the array, and we want that, comma, array plus 5. And we'll do the print again. Compile. Execute. And so now you can see it's actually in numerical order, right? So that was simple, easy, how we would compile a simple array. Now we want to sort, not compile, sort a simple array. Now we want to sort a struct or an array of structs. It's slightly more complicated with an array of structs, and that's because you have more variables and you have to tell the system how you want to compile it. So this is from my previous example, and I showed you that I have a struct of points, so x and y, right? And so if we wanted to sort this array, so we first need to make it. So let's go down here, and we'll have our points, right? We'll say p, and we're going to make it an array of them, so we'll have 5, and we'll set the values ourselves. So we can do that by using curly braces just like we did with any other array. And so we're just going to do 1.5, comma 2, comma 2.5. curly braces, comma, 3. Oh, you probably want these in some kind of non-order, huh? Let's do random numbers. So let's do 44 and 44.5, 22, 22.5, 88 and 32.5, 9 and 9.5, and 62 and 23. All right. So now I have my values all set. Now I'm going to print them out, and I think I have a function that will print them, so I just have to pass in the pointer and it'll print out the variable for that. So let's go back to our main. So you just say print f or print struct, and then we pass in the pointer p, and I spelled it wrong. It has a capital S, so that's why I can't find it. And we need to tell it which variable we're doing. So we'll say I here. We need for int I equals 0, while I is less than 5, and I plus plus. And we should do this, and it should print out all of our variables. So you can see here we have 44, 22, 88, 9, and 62. So that's our variables. So now we want to sort these. And if we were going to sort them, we could try to sort them just by using the same sort method. So we do standard, and we pass in the p sub 0, right? We need p and p plus 5. And if we try to do this, you're going to notice we're going to get errors. Lots and lots of errors. And the reason why is that you're like, well, this is exactly the same thing I did up here, right? It's the same kind of sort and same kind of array, but it's not working. And the reason why is structs. Structs have extra variables. It's not just one variable, right? And so we need to tell it some kind of comparison. So we're going to call this compare. And the first one we're going to do is comp x. This doesn't exist yet, so what we're going to do is come over here to our header file, and we're going to make it. So we're going to say it's going to be a Boolean, and we need compare x. And with this, we're going to pass in the pointer of the, here, I have it written down just so it's easier to remember, right? We need the pointer for, and we just need two variable names, right? And it's just saying what we're comparing. So we're having where they're both points, they're both constants, and we just have two variable names, so a and b. So we're just going to say const, and we need a point, and we have a, and we have const point and b. And now we're going to say return, and now we're going to do the show what comparison we want. So now we're going to say return a dot x is less than b dot x. So what this is going to do is compare the two variables we pass in. If the first one is less than the second one, then that's going to be true, right? And so then it'll return a true. If it's false, then it's going to return a false. So this is going to be our comparison for the x type on sorting. So we're going to come back here, and we now have comp x, and so then we're going to need to print again. So we're going to And then we're just going to be nice and tell ourselves standard cout after sort. Just so that we can easily remember what we're doing and what it looks like. And I still have errors. What did I do wrong? All right, so saying multiple definitions of comp x of this, right? So it's saying I have two definitions, and this is why, because this should be, copy this, right? This is supposed to be the prototype, so that's my bad, sorry. That should be the prototype, and then we want to put this over here in here, and now when we compile it, we should go back to just having one. So it's always good to read your code and read why you messed up, and just be aware that you messing up is normal. It's better to fail and be able to start reading your compilation things and understand what's going on. It's also good while you compile often, then you get to see your errors as you go and you don't have to wait till the very end. All right, so the second time around, compiles, yay us, and we're going to execute it and see how it works. So you can see, right, the first time we got 44, or let's make this a little bigger, maybe I can. You can see here 44, 22, 88, 9, and 62, and so then afterwards it sorted it. And you'll notice that these numbers are not in sort order necessarily. And so if we wanted to do the exact same thing, we could do the exact same thing but sort with Y. Or let's first reverse this, just because it's fun, right? If we reverse it, you'll notice that I am now doing this in ascending order. And if I reverse these two symbols and I compile it and execute it, you notice it's now in descending order, right? And if I wanted to, I can copy this code, paste it. We're going to say comp Y. We'll have the exact same points, the exact same things. We'll put it back so that it's descending because, you know, for ascending, I mostly like sorting by ascending, you know, alphabetical, numerical. I need to come over here and create this as well, just so it's easy to call. And then instead of doing this, we're going to do sort comp by Y, compile, execute, and we'll make it bigger. So now you can see I am now sorted by the Y value instead of the X value. So you can see how you could do this by any variables that you had in your system. You could sort by it, you're just going to be doing the variables there. So this is the sort feature for that you're going to be using in your lab this week. So I'm showing you an example here using an int and a float. Your example is going to be with strings and first name and last name and L number. So you could go through that, and it should work exactly the same with strings. Have a wonderful day.